Um, so my name is Miguel Canal. I'm originally from Peru, and I live in Canada for the past 17 years. And I've been involved with RAHMA mission since I was a kid. Now I'm gonna try to, I'm gonna do my best to transmit what I learned, what I experienced as a group too.
Agustin, do you want to introduce yourself? Knowing that you are
Yes,
the host and you arrange sort of the hosting the meeting, so
yes, of course. So what we can do in the moment, for the moment, it's just to mute our mics for those at least that have some background noise. So we have a clear conversation, guys. And and I will ask as a moderator here, the instructors are Alejandro and Miguel, and they will lead the chat. And my name is Agustin Rodriguez. I'm from Uruguay. I'm 43 years old and I live now in Dubai. I'm about to move to Spain. I'm an airline pilot and experiencer in the terms of UFO and contact with other beings from other realities. And I'm working on disclosure and trying to. Please, I think your mic it's on still. So yeah, I'm working on trying to reach people and in terms of spirituality and help as much as I can to bring all this information forward. And I have been initiated in RAHMA as well. So it's a pleasure for me to host this conversation with Miguel and Alejandro today. I'm pretty sure they will teach us a lot. Thank you.
hi, I'm Alejandro. I was born in San Juan, the capital of Puerto Rico, and a very tiny island in the Caribbean. I was initiated in Rama when I was 16 years old, and I'm 48 now. So I've been practicing meditation for quite a long time. I happened to meet Miguel in Peru when we were very young, in one of those 1989 or 1990, around that time in Cusco, and it was one of those world encounters that they used to do to bring together the international community, and then for one of those uh, coincidences of life, we ended up being together in through reconnected again through mutual friends here like 17 or 16 years ago. We did try to open groups in the past, um, and it was a little bit up and down, and we managed to invite one of the first contacts of Museum Rama to one of the gatherings. We did a gathering in. I used to have a farm. I breed horses, and I had a farm in the rural area. So then we host a gathering, and Miguel helped organize and work with it as well, and has participated. So we've been sort of on and off working for 30 years through spreading the knowledge and the teachings of what we learn in Brahma to become uh, light on earth, or to be radiating that spark of uh, for the creation of new humanity. We believe in the contact with beings and intelligence from other planets. Um, and we've been part of the international Museum Rama contact group for quite a long time. And that's a little bit about me. And just to be in order, I'm just gonna call your name. You introduce yourself. It's good to know who are you talking to generate this conversation. The beautiful part of of Rama and the contact is that we become a family, and then we through meditation, we share very intimate moments. And what I mean by intimate moments is your insight. When you meditate, you just bring out a lot of your uh, most inner experiences, and sharing that, you need to have a level of trust, and that's important that we understand that. And so let's just start with, I'm gonna be, if Miguel and Agustin are okay, just for order, I'm gonna just call your name, and then you do a brief introduction of yourself and what brought you to be interested in RAHMA and the contact experience. So I will start with Beatriz.
Good afternoon. I am Beatrice from France. I've been living in Iceland for 40 years. And I joined the group 1 year ago about, and that's it. I saw a UFO in 2009, and since that time, I'm interested in it.
Welcome.
And that's it. Yeah, thank you.
Bienvenue. Hema. Hema, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
It's Hema. Hema.
Hema.
Yeah. Hi. I'm Hema, and I'm from England. I was born in England. My parents are from Mauritius, and now I'm living in Iceland because my husband is Icelandic, and we've got children here. And with the current situation, we kind of decided to stay here, but I have no idea if it's the right thing. But so I was introduced to the group through Poonam, who you'll probably know and have spoken to know quite well. And I personally haven't experienced anything myself, although I think I'm not sure. I think I saw something once, but I have no idea. But yeah, but I'm really interested in connecting with you all and experiencing a lot more and seeing where we can go with this.
Well, thank you and welcome.
That's my intro. Thank you.
I have a gentleman with the hands up, and but I think it's the cell phone name, Galaxy. If you can introduce yourself.
I don't think he's going to be able, because I don't see his mic being on. I don't even see his mic on the screen. So maybe he's having some troubles with his mic.
Okay, so then we just move on to Gabby Diaz. Hi, Gabby.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Hi, how are you? I'm glad to meet all of you. My name is Gaby Diaz. I am from Peru, Lima. My instructor, he was Miguel Morales in Lima. I've been in RAHMA since 2012. Right now I am an instructor. I have 4 years or 5 years be instructor. I'm so happy to be here. Oh, well, I will tell you that when I was a child, I couldn't understand what happened with me. Understand. So I took with my father, with my mother. They couldn't tell me any. So I decided to be so quiet for many years. One day I was watching TV and I saw a man who was talking about a contact for ETs. So when I was a child, I was 12 years old. So I saw him and I said, well, but that man is similar to me. I want to meet this man. So since that year, I began to looking for information about of him. And then in many years later, I can be in RAHMA. So I'm here right now. I don't speak language so good.
It's pretty good, thank you.
I have many brands. So I'm sorry if I can't talk the language. I'm so glad to be here with you because I can, one, practice my English, two, meet many special persons like you. So I'm so very happy. Thank you very much because you can meet you all. And I hope be here to learn. And thank you. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much and welcome.
Okay.
Next one. Yeah, next one is Technocamon 15. I think that's the name of the camera. If you can put your name on screen, so it's easier for me to call your name. Technocamon, are you there?
I think he's also having problems with his mic.
Okay, so sorry about that. Next one is Luis Olave.
Yo de Chile, pero no hablo inglés, me conecto solamente para apoyar la labor que están haciendo en Nigeria, en este caso. Por lo tanto, no voy a participar mucho seguramente, pero voy a estar ahí apoyando.
Thank you very much. So Luis is from Chile, and he doesn't speak English, but he's sort of supporting us as energy and support and the presence. So thank you, Luis, for that. Gracias, Luis, por eso. Next one is Karine Moreno. Karine, do you have your microphone on?
Hello, my name is Karine Moreno from Peru. I was in RAHMA 7 years ago, and I returned the last year. No, my instructor is Gaby Diaz. That's all.
Okay. Thank you. And you are in Lima?
Yes.
Okay, welcome. Next one is Ana Asto.
Ay, hay que hablar.
Hi, if you can just turn on your camera and introduce yourself, please.
Un moment, please.
Okay.
Hola, buenos días. Bueno, yo no hablo inglés, o sea, sí los puedo entender un poco. Soy de Perú, vivo en Lima y ya estamos, bueno, con mi esposo, Guillermo Soteldo, que se va a unir ahorita en un ratito. Tenemos ya hace un año que empezamos en RAHMA. Paramos por un tiempo por el tema de la cuarentena, cuando empezó todo esto del aislamiento y esas cosas. Y recién hace como 2 meses empezamos nuevamente las clases, en este caso con nuestra instructora Gaby Díaz.
Okay, welcome. So Ana is from Peru, and she's been in RAHMA for the last few years, 2 years, and she's with the instructor Gaby Diaz. She's from Lima, Peru, and her husband Guillermo is also from Peru, and there's also supporting. They understand English, but they don't feel confident speaking as well. So let's give them a welcome. So next one is Eric Gao.
Hello everyone.
Hi,
Can you hear me? Yes. So my name is Eric. I'm from Brazil, and I'm in RAHMA since I think it's 3 or 4 years. Actually, I had contact with this RAHMA since I was 12 years old, because I met my friends of my parents, and he used to talk about this every experience he had with contact, and I was fascinated because I was a kid, and then since then I started to read about it, and he gave us a book about RAHMA, and I saw pictures, and then I was fascinated, and then my whole life I always liked this subject, and I've seen many UFOs. I had many experiences. I did not see physical extraterrestrials yet. I don't know, maybe one day. But I've seen many strange things, magical things, especially in places of high energy, like isolated places, and sometimes even in my own house. So I always liked this subject. I do a lot of meditation. I do yoga, did a yoga formation. I work with acupuncture and massage, and also therapies like Reiki and etc. So I'm very into this, and I'm with the RAHMA network in Brazil, which is a branch of RAHMA mission from Peru. So I'm with Emmanuel Sanchez. I don't know if you know him. He's like the head of RAHMA network in Brazil. So I also do some audios in Portuguese because we speak in Portuguese in Brazil. So I do the audios of like guided meditations and stuff like that. So also I help with the organization of RAHMA networks sometimes. So that's it. Thank you.
Benvindo.
Obrigado.
Next one is Guillermo. Please introduce yourself and. Guillermo. Oh, Guillermo. Is this Anna's Guillermo?
Yes. Hello.
Okay. Hi. Hello.
Okay. My name is Guillermo Soteldo. Okay. My name is Guillermo Soteldo. I'm from Venezuela. My wife is Ana Maria. We our instructor is Gaby Diaz. My English is not quite well, but practice. I'm a musician, and we have in Peru 3 years.
Welcome. So what part of Venezuela are you from?
I'm from Barquisimeto, but the last 20 years live in Caracas, the capital city.
Okay. So now you're living in Caracas as well, or in Peru?
Yes. Now in Peru.
Okay. Perfect. Next one is Ibrahim. Welcome. Ibrahim, your microphone is off. Okay, let's move to Miriam Costa. Miriam. Miriam.
Sí.
Can you?
Hello. Hello.
Oh, hello. Nice to meet you. Are you from Lima?
Uruguay.
Oh, you're from Uruguay. Welcome.
Disculpen, no sé inglés, estoy de oyente.
Okay. Okay, Miriam, it's also supporting. She's from Uruguay. Thank you, Miriam. Asma.
Yes.
Can you introduce yourself, please?
Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Asma. I'm from Nigeria.
Oh, do you have a camera so we can see you?
Yes, I don't know what's happening. Okay, let me start the camera. Can you see me?
Yes,
Hi.
we can see you. Hi, nice smile.
Yes, my name is Asma. I'm from Nigeria.
Oh, welcome. So
Sorry,
what
I
is?
was late. I had network issues, but I knew the meeting is to commence by 2 p.m.
That's fine. Thank you for making
Yes.
it.
Thank you.
So what do you know about RAHMA?
I don't know anything about RAHMA. I was just going through my Facebook sometimes 3 or 4 days ago. Then I saw it. I said, wow, let me try to be part of this Zoom meeting. Maybe I might be able to learn something or even might get an opportunity with RAHMA. But I have never had anything about RAHMA. This is the first time.
Okay, thank you very much. So you're
You're
gonna
welcome.
hear many stories here.
All right.
Celestine, thank you for
Okay.
organizing, and it's your turn to introduce yourself.
Okay. Yes. Good afternoon, all from Nigeria.
Afternoon.
Yeah, I'm Celestine Okosun from Nigeria.
Wow.
Oh, welcome.
You're
How do you
welcome.
hear about RAHMA?
Yeah, I heard about Rama from my friend in Chile. My friend in Chile, Carolina Henry. I've
Okay.
been, we've been friends for 4 years. So last year she told me about Rama, and she linked me up with Agustin Rodriguez, and we got connected, and Agustin put me through and told me certain things, and that was how I joined Rama. And from there, I got connected to other members, and they've been telling me a lot about Rama, and that's how I'm here. And I've joined Rama today.
Are you from Lagos?
Yeah, I'm in Abuja right now. I'm in Abuja,
Okay.
Nigeria.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank
Galaxy, what's your name? Do you have your microphone on, or it's still with problem? We cannot hear Galaxy.
No, Galaxy is not showing a microphone, so he won't be able. And Alexandra Wisdom, it's also not showing a microphone, so they won't
And
be
there's
able
somebody else that in Infinex, do you have your microphone on?
to. Infinix doesn't show a microphone here in my screen.
Okay. Okay. We are recording. I hope you are all okay. We are recording this presentation, so I am assuming that Agustin will make it available for everybody, if that's correct, after the meeting.
Yes, that's the idea.
I also want to ask the duration of the meeting, so we just stay on track of time.
Well, it's up to you guys. You are the ones leading us, so as much as you can talk.
Okay, Miguel, you want to take it on from here and start talking a little bit about the history of RAHMA mission, and then what would be the expectations of the practices and things like that, and then we can just go from there. Is that good for you?
Yes, can you hear me okay, everybody?
Yes,
Is that
perfect.
okay?
Yes,
Okay,
and you
so
look great too.
thank you. Yeah, so for me, today we're gonna concentrate on people from Nigeria and the ones that need the orientation. Is that okay? I can see there is so much support. The idea is to focus on the people that need to get the message. Okay, so I want you to concentrate on them, on Celestine, Asma. I think Galaxy, he's also from there. Isa, I imagine. So I just want you to concentrate on them, okay? I thank you for the support, right? But we wanna send the message to them. So again, my name is Miguel Canal. I am originally from Peru. I started in RAHMA when I was about 7 years old. I met one of their members from a province from south of Peru, and from Arequipa. And he kind of introduced me when I was a kid into all this about RAHMA, right? So I started practicing a little bit of meditation and some of the practices that they have. But for me, what is important is that my experience, and this is very important for you to understand, my experience of anybody else's experience, you need to take it only as a reference, right? This is not a religion. So when I tell you something, I want you to question it. I don't pretend you to believe everything that I say, right? And for me, I try to don't share my experience because again, I don't pretend you to believe me. But for me, what the experience create on me, it makes me to question many things. And what I learn from that is what I try to share. Something that is a universal your universal knowledge as something that I could be useful for you too, right? So that's the idea. I want you to have that very clear. I don't want you to focus on me or anybody here. This is not a religion. We don't have idols. We don't want you to be a fanatic of this. We just share the information and we try to transmit the message as clear as we receive it, right? And it's difficult because we are all humans. So we sometimes interpret in different ways the message, right? So this is not a religion. We don't want you to escape from your reality. We try to bring something that it helps you to have a better life. Okay, so one of the main concepts that I think is important to clarify is something that it makes us to don't see very clear what are we doing here, right? Just the idea as humans that we believe that we are the only ones, or most people believe that we are the only ones living here, right? In a huge universe where just our galaxy has more than 400,000 millions of stars, right? I want you to review that because this is important, because that, if you don't change the main concepts that kind of drive you through life, you might struggle to doubt what we are doing here. So one of the main missions from our group that we're trying to transmit is that you question what you think, what you believe, right? And between everybody, with the experiences that we have, that normally helps you to kind of track yourself and try to realize what is happening within you and with our society, right? So I want you to question your point of view is that it is you believe that we are alone here, like we are abandoned and we are the only one, right? That's our attitude, and we can see it every day when we can even recognize that there is other intelligent life in our own planet, right? Like, for example, the animals that we call animals that are just our younger brothers, we treat them like objects, right? We treat them like nothing. We treat them like our property, right? The same attitude is that we have towards everything, right? We think that we are the only ones, that we own this planet, that we can do whatever we want, and nobody else exists beside us, right? So that concept, it's important for you to question it, to understand your position as a human, right? Not only with people from our own planet, that we struggle to, as a society, to drive to life and, you know, to live with other, but not only with our own species, but with species that live with us here, and for you to understand, to question and realize your attitude against everything surrounding you. Because if you don't question that, it's going to be very difficult for you to understand what we are talking about, right? So RAHMA is as you hear the name, it's called a mission because it has a mission, and the main objective of RAHMA mission is to increase our awareness, our consciousness, because that's the only way that you will generate a change within you, mainly within you, and then to everybody else in our society, right? That's why we want to have that very clear. So RAHMA started, it needed to start in a place, right? But that doesn't make that, it makes the people that started or the place more important. It's just because of the conditions, it was better to start in certain location with certain people. So RAHMA mission started in 1974 when a group of Peruvians, after a conference about extraterrestrial life and the possibility that other intelligence from outer space were trying to connect with humans. So they talk about the possibility that maybe they were trying to connect not only with technology, but maybe with through telepathy or even through dreams. No? So this group of people went to this conference and they hear about this theory, and they went home and they tried to do it, and they suddenly receive a message, and they didn't believe that it was true, no? And then they asked for a proof, and this entity that connect to through one of the this person from Peru, through something that we call psychography, or that automatic writing, where some you receive messages through your mind, and then your mind the code, and then you start writing almost automatic the message automatically, right? But it's not in trance. It's not like you are unconscious. It's totally aware of what is happening, right? So this entity asked them to go 60 kilometers south of Lima, the capital in Peru, and that they were going to meet them on a specific date and at a specific time. So when they went there, at the time that this person or this entity told them that they would appear, and a UFO appeared and a starship, right? And that's how RAHMA mission started, right? So they start communicating through people using what we call ESP, extrasensory perception, right? Through telepathy, through dreams, through feelings, because we are not only physical, no, we are not we are not only just a physical body. We have other, we can say other bodies, and we can use it for communication. So RAM is a little bit, it demands a lot from people, right? Because we are talking about a communication that is not a formal, a common communication with other beings, right? So it demands from people that join RAHMA mission to do some work to be able to be sensitive enough to capture these messages. But that's not the main objective, right, from the group. The main objective that we start trying to take the message and improve our life. That's the main objective, with the guidance of these beings, right? Alejandro, you want to add anything else?
Yes, I through after all that experience of contact, what happened is that one of the mission of the purposes of the contact was to disseminate that information. And in the dissemination of that information, the best way to do it, there was a methodology. And in that methodology, what was created was a series of practices that include breathing techniques, meditation, physical exercise, and and also extrasensorial perceptions. We learn through the process of doing some of those extrasensorial, which Miguel mentioned, which are telepathy, which are um, uh, try to learn how to analyze dreams. So Rama, as Miguel well explained, is not a religion, and has not been a religion. It it feeds information. We've been visited for a long time, for generations, for centuries. Almost all nations were an experiment from alien creation or extraterrestrial. So we have some of our uh, experience in our DNA is linked to that experience for centuries. We're just reconnected to that story. We're also through that methodology, we try to understand and and connect with some of those experiences that we carry that we just have forgotten. So what this methodology does is an opportunity for us to tap into that consciousness through work. and it's hard work, as Miguel said. It's hard work, but it's doable. So we learn through these practices how to eat properly, how to do. Some might call it sacrifice, but it's a sacred. It's a sacred. Like fasting, and what it does is just make your body lean and all your senses higher your senses, so then you can have this contact. So it is a, a group of contact, but it also has the mission that in that process of the goal of contacting with them, we become better human beings. We have an aperture of mind, and we just open ourselves to those possibilities and experiences that most people call it paranormal, or some might call it witchcraft, but it's not that. It's just a different way of connecting. Uh, and in that we do connect. Uh, now we do it through Zoom because we cannot have through COVID. We cannot just be in touch. But there's a certain expectation that we raise our levels of energy, and how we do it in order to connect to those other levels of consciousness. It's through vocalizations, and vocalization is a way of 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 high and elevate the vibration of yourself inside and the surroundings. And we're gonna learn how to do that in practices along the way. Usually it takes for 24 practices to start the course is 24 weeks. And in the meantime, every 7 we just go to the field and we do a field trip or a camp out, because partly is to be in nature and then observe the elements, connect to the elements. And also, if we are out, they're out in the machine, so we can just see the machines and it's an open space. So there's a lot of layers to this, and there's a lot of practice. If you have been in the healing arts or practicing meditation for a long time, there's many ways, many paths to get to Rama. And uh, and as I said, it's a global community, and the intention is to heighten and elevate our being, and try to gather to elevate the vibration of the planet, and the consciousness of the planet, so we can evolve to the next steps. We don't want to be in wars forever. We just want to be people of peace, and live in harmony. So those are important things to keep in mind. And important to know that, as Miguel said, every person has their own experiences. Every person has their own ways of experiencing Rama. There's some initiations that occur, but we try people not to focus on those initiations, because most of you might have had them already and you don't know. Uh, and we don't need to be comparing one to the other. So I just wanted to add to that. Any questions? Any questions?
I would like to add something also.
Yes.
So again, as I mentioned at the beginning, the main objective of the group also is not the contact with them, right? If you focus on that, you are gonna realize that you are not focusing on the right direction. The main focus is to take the message that we can share with you and see if it resonates within you, and you work on yourself. Maybe we don't give any expectations, because we don't decide if they contact with you or even with us. They are the ones that decide if they want to contact you or not, right? We don't have any power to decide that. We only transmit the message. The message, it was received from through many people. It doesn't make them special at all. We are all people just here, and we are trying to work together, um, and make this world better, right? A better place for everybody. So again, if you are too focused on the phenomenon, you gotta question yourself what you are you really looking for, right? It's many people come to the group just because they're interested on the phenomenon, right? Oh, they want to see a UFO, they want to meet an extraterrestrial, right? That's not the right attitude. It might bring you because sometimes behind that wish there is something more, right? That you might be looking for answers, no? Like, what are we doing here? Who are we? Is there many questions, no? So even RAHMA is not a religion. It involves a spiritual work, but in an open way. Like, we don't. It's not we don't impose anything. We don't force you to do anything. We share the message. We try to keep a minimum organization that it doesn't conflict with our main objective, right? If you start seeing that, you gotta be careful with what you are doing, right? You don't need to complicate much the message. It's very simple. It's just to work on yourself and help each other. If they decide to contact you, if they see that it might be important for that to contact you, they will do it, right? So yeah, it's not that complicated. And of course, again, I'm asking you to don't believe what we said. You gotta question, use your criteria, see if it works for you. We are not the only group. There are so many groups that have contact, but what we have learned from all these years is to have a contact, like to see a UFO, to have the experience, is not difficult really, right? The contact with them and to maintain the contact with them, that's what might be a challenge for many of you or us, right? Because it demands that you are consequent with what you said, with what you share, with what you talk to people, right? You need to be consequent with what you do and what you learn within the group, right? And again, we try to transmit this message to you as much as we could, as clear as we could, and hopefully you get it, right? So you don't need to build churches, you don't need to build any place. Money is something that it can corrupt everything or anything. So you need to be careful that money doesn't get involved and it doesn't get on the way of your main objectives, right? If you decide to join the group. So with Alejandro, we decided to help the people from Nigeria to transmit and run possibly 24 practices. We normally run it with a minimum of 7 people or a maximum of 15, right? I see there's a few people, but Celestine, thank you for all your work. And again, Agustin, thank you for sharing your account, your Zoom account. And if you have any questions, Celestine, you wanna ask something?
Yeah, I want to ask something. So
okay, just before you start, just to keep order, because many people might want to speak at the same time, and because we are online, it's sometimes hard to see who wants to talk. There's in the reaction side of your screen, you can just go and do like that and raise your hand. So then we know that you want to talk, and then we just take turns just for process and order. Is that okay with all of you?
yeah, but my screen, my screen, I can't see a lot because I can't see my screen so much because I'm using a phone. So you just pardon me.
Okay, that's okay. So then you just raise your hand like that and I see you and then I just call you. Is that okay?
Oh, okay.
Perfect, thank you. The floor is yours, Celestine, and then we go with Asma.
Okay, so now we have some people who are interested in different states. Like Nigeria, we have 37 states, okay? So we have few persons from Lagos, we have few persons from Abuja who are interested. So I want to know, how are we going to continue with the subsequent meetings? After this one, when are we going to have another meeting? And how are we going to integrate other new members into the group, because we just add them to the group, nothing else. So what is the administrative pattern? What is the leadership pattern? What is the way we can organize ourselves here in Nigeria? Like the members, how do we know about them, their information, just like that. Just like that. How do we keep the information of members? How do we recognize them? Because we all live far from each other.
Yeah, okay. Because we are away, we are in Canada, and there's a difference of scale of time zones. I believe that Miguel is in a time zone different than me at the moment. Usually we live very close to each other, but now I'm in another province. So in order to continue with the practices, we need to coordinate a time that works for all the provinces. I don't know if Nigeria, you have different time zones. And if it is that you have different time zones there, you need to help us to organize the time zones that works for the majority. This is very democratic. There's no hierarchies here. As long as you want to do the practices, Miguel and I are committed to support you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
And
Thank you so much.
the only thing that you need is good connection. Okay. It's on internet connection, and would be good if the people, and I don't know if what are the restrictions of COVID, but if there's two people from Lagos or from Abu where you are, if we encourage that they come together by regions.
Yeah, they are you know, we are far from each other, so the thing is we can maybe come together as Nigerian members on one platform, like maybe on WhatsApp or Zoom. That's the only thing we can do, because
Yeah, but we at some point we encourage that you go to the field and you find a common area that you go to the field, because the contact with nature is very important. It doesn't need to be right away, but when the end of the 24 practice, at least that you make an effort and then you just connect, because RAHMA is about community. We have an online community, but the test of characters, it happens always when you just go to the field with all the intrinsicies of the field and the expectations of being out in the field. And that's very important to keep that in mind. We like because there's practices that we do in nature as well, just to feel the earth, just to feel the plant, just to see the energy of the animals. We are all surrounded by energy, right? So one of the practices is just to go to the field, and you could do it in your house, but it's better to do it in the field because you don't have all the restrictions that you have when and the distractions that you are in your house. You just go to the field and you focus, and it's an intensive of community living, right? And that's very important for the process of human evolution. We are not here alone. We can connect mentally, but also we need that physical connection, and that's what make us special in the whole galaxy. You know, we have this body, this physical body. So, Asma, you had a question, please.
Yes, thank you very much. I have like 4 questions.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, yeah, the first question is I would like to know, is this RAHMA a non-governmental organization? And why the name RAHMA? That's the first question.
Okay, there's 2 versions of what the name come upon. RAHMA it's a word and it's an acronym. RA means the sun. It's an Egyptian word, but it's also a Sanskrit word. It's a word that has been used for centuries. And Ma means mother Earth, right? So it is. So then the H means the humanity. So it's an acronym for all the symbolism of what it represents. Miguel, do you have anything else to add to that?
Yeah, so the extraterrestrial guys, they suggested that name. They didn't say, oh, you gotta, they suggested that we could call it that way, as Alejandro mentioned. It represents the mission. So Ra means sun, like this, the god from Egypt. So means sun, and map Earth. So it represents the mission Sun on Earth. So that's kind of the idea of the goal of the group, to change as people and to irradiate that change in a good way to everybody here on Earth. So the idea is to transform ourselves into suns, the something that irradiates good to everything on Earth.
And the other thing that is important to know, that this is not a new term. There has been a lot of contact for centuries. The word Ramadan come from it. You know, the Egyptians adored the sun, and the sun was a extraterrestrial contact, as well as the Incas and the Mayans and all those original civilizations. And I'm pretty sure that in Africa, in the African religions, they also have beliefs of those contents of people of being from outer space. I'm not aware of all that, so I won't speak to that. But I know through centuries of evolution, there has been a lot of visitors, and there's evidence of that. And in the African culture, there's has been also experiences as well. So this is not something that is only related to to South America, because it originates in Peru with a contact with a group of young people, and then has evolved into what is today. But also remember, Egypt is in Africa, it's Northern Africa. So Africa is also the origin of the civilization. So we are aware of that, and we know that there has been contact forever. And we are here all equals. There's no hierarchies. Everybody has an opportunity to express, everybody has an opportunity to share, everybody has an opportunity to participate. And that's what this is about, you know, create that community that is important to have in order to establish that contact directly more often than they're there. We just need to pay attention. And you have another question as well, Asma?
Yes, yes, I
Okay,
do.
go ahead.
The second question is, I understand Rahma does has its mandate. So like in our own context here in Nigeria, and how do we keep up to that mandate? In Celestine's question, I heard him, and he talk about how do we go on? Is it going to be like this Zoom meetings, or we are going to have like a WhatsApp group to keep up to this mandate? So how do we go about the mandates?
Um, Miguel, did you have something to say to that? And then I take from there. If not, I just answer.
You do it, Alejandro, it's okay.
Okay. The mandate of Mission Rama, we don't request anybody that has to, as Miguel mentioned, that you have to contribute economically or anything to anything. These lessons came for free to us. We were trained for free, and we don't charge for it. What matters is that people are committed and honor that we are making, you know, part of that consciousness is honoring that these people like Miguel and I are committing to do it. We take time from our time, make a space, and if it is 2 hours, we of those 2 hours we will be present with you. The mandate is just that you commit to the practices, and the time that you are practicing, you learn as much as you can. If you have questions, you ask, and then you try to improve yourself. And if we talk about breathing practices, then you just go at home and then you just practice. The mandate is just to be committed to it. I see that as the only thing that we can support each other. Uh, but there's no such things as, you know, you need to pay for this online class or whatever, because, you know, you can do it if you want, but there's no obligation. This these lessons and these gifts is for humanity to share. We just were gifted with the experience when we were young, and we've been doing it for a long time. That has become part of our daily life, you know, the visualizations, the meditations, and then as we practice, as I said, there's a methodology, and in that methodology, also we want you to share it. Like if you are in your communities, when you are ready and you finish your practices, there's an instructor's course that you can also take those classes. In the future, if time permits, it would be great that there's a field trip that you all interconnect as one group and practice together, because there's power in community. There's powers of bringing people together to practice. When would that happen? We don't know. How can we get there? We don't know. But there's a lot of people that probably are closer to you that could have that ability to join you at some point along the way, you know. And I hope that that answered your question.
Yes, yes, it does. It even answers my third question, because I wanted to ask about the practices, so you were able to answer alongside with the practices.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
And Miguel, you have anything else to add?
Yeah, thank you, Asma, for asking. And again, that's going to be a kind of on your hands. We're going to try to help as much as we can. Just as again, we're not trying to complicate your life. Just the minimum organization that you need. Obviously, as a group, you gotta be careful that there is nobody trying to manipulate or use the group for personal benefits, right? And there is no harassment allowed at all, right? And you can communicate that to us if anybody is going in a way that you feel uncomfortable. You can communicate that to us, or yeah. So again, the practices are not rigid; they are suggestions for you to follow, right? And we tried. The idea is to bring this in a universal way. It's not. We don't need even to have a name. Right? The name is just a reference right now. It's not important. The important is the message, and if you find it that it resonates with you, it's something. It needs to be universal, right? And as I mentioned at the beginning, the experience that we have, we don't use it for you to believe on us at all. The experience that you might have or we had, it only creates a responsibility. Can you turn off your microphone there? Who is that?
The noise is not from me, yeah, it's from him.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Has his mic on. Okay. Mr. Ian Felix, the person with the sunglasses, can you please turn your mic off?
It's off already.
It's off, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, so, and again, so the idea is that you use your criteria. We're going to share information, and again, we are not forcing anything. It's just logic. It needs to be universal, right? For us, it's a responsibility. Just what we experience to assimilate that and transmit it as universal as possible as we can. We are not being sectarious. We are not trying to make this RAHMA like something special or something that is you can't find anywhere. No, we are just trying to be just like humans. This is something that is logic. We are and again, it's important you understand this is not a religion. You don't need to believe. You need to question and understand very clear what you are doing, right?
Question, Asma, or that's good for you?
Oh, I'm okay. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. Yes, thank you.
So I would like to hear Justin. How are you doing?
Hi. Yes, I'm fine. Hello, everyone. I'm Justin. I'm from Nigeria.
What part of Nigeria?
I'm in Imo State, or that's the eastern part.
Okay, so you're close to the mainland, inland, eh?
Yes, I'm close to the inland.
Okay, so
yeah.
I have a question. I have some few questions for few of you. Thank you, Justin.
You're welcome.
Isa, I don't think we have met you.
For me, no, nobody has. No.
So you guys don't have not met each other? Is the first time that the people in Nigeria meet online?
Yes.
Yeah, it's my first time.
It's also my first time.
Justin, do you have any question? Sorry.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you
Yes,
have
I
any
do.
question? Mhm.
Yes,
So go ahead.
I want to ask, is this a is this affiliated in any way with mysticism?
There's some parts of mysticism of it, and the parts that is of mysticism is that there's teachings that come from initiated practices. As I said, there's a lot of teachings that have come through generations, right? That these contacts and these teachings have been through generations through different countries. Some call it mysticisms, other call it just rituals, other call it practices to connect to the to the higher self, internal and external, you know. But we want to focus more on your own experiences, not in the experiences of others. So does that answer your question,
Yeah, that does. Yes. Thank you.
Miguel? Anything else to add? We studied some of those books. Like I remember in my day when I was young, we had we just part of learning is studying different books, and we studied the Bhagavad Gita, which is uh, the Hare Krishna's books, and Indians the Vedas, and is Indian from India. We also studied uh, uh, Her, uh, Hermes. Which is, I don't know the name in English. What would be the Hermetic philosophy,
Okay.
and we study Platonic philosophy. So there's a lot of things. We just don't want to make this too Western. You know, we want to honor where you are. You're Africans, and you have your own mysticism, right? And that is as valid. The way you connect, we can learn from you too. You know, the way you connect from with nature, perhaps it's a way that we haven't experienced, and so it is an exchange of information and practices as well, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're gonna hear within the group stuff that you'll find everywhere, right? It is not new knowledge really, but the only thing that we ask is to be open-minded, right?
Yeah.
And we don't want you, again, we don't want you to believe on this stuff. I know there is stuff within the practices that it might be questionable, right? And it's good that you question everything. So, but we don't propose anything really strange, right? Like it have a logic. It had normally a sequence where we start trying to people that join the group to start little by little to start exploring mostly themselves, right? Just to start looking within you, right? If you have any question and something make you feel that it doesn't fit with your belief, it's okay to, right? You don't need to do everything that is proposed to you, right? And but the idea is to just be a little bit open-minded, and as Rama put the practices together, it kind of introduce you into this. No, so we start, for example, we start practicing breathing, right? There's nothing wrong with breathing, right? Then concentration exercises, right? Just to slowly start exploring, and then you on the way, if you practice, right? If you practice, then you will start noticing that there are things that you didn't notice before, right? And then little by little, you might be introducing to something that you didn't notice, and you might be start agreeing with other people that maybe extrasensory perception exists, no? Because we are talking about stuff that we don't ask you to believe right now, right? We are talking about communication with ETs. Who is going to believe that, right? It's something different. So, but that's why we request you just to be open-minded, and of course to question what we share with you is so important, right? And we can discuss that, and we can try, we can explore together in a positive way, right? Without creating anything that it will affect you in a negative way, your life. Just explore that and give it a chance, right? And if it doesn't resonate with you, it's good. It's fine. We don't expect everybody to agree with what we share here, but we do it with the best intention. We had experiences already with this. It it takes a lot of time to realize few things and what can be blocking us from seeing other realities around us. And that's what for people that just joined it, at the beginning, I asked you to see your attitude towards everything, right? And I'm gonna repeat this one. Sorry for the people who were before here, but like we, for example, believe that we are the only people that exist in a huge universe, for example, right? And that attitude, it really affects us a lot. Not only with attitude with the exterior, but with ourselves. Just our ego block us from develop ourselves. Now the idea that the thing that there is nobody else in a universe, just our galaxy that is 400,000 millions of stars, right? Just the attitude, that's very important for me, for you to understand and question that. How can we believe that we are the only ones? For now we think that it's strange that this is life on another planet, when the opposite is what is strange. To think that is nothing out there, that's weird. That's it's a weird attitude. That's wrong, right? To think that we are the only ones is wrong, right? And that's what is blocking us to see even other species within our own planet. Like we treat other species like objects, like properties, like animals, like they are our younger brothers. We don't even see them. They are beside us, and we walk and use them like whatever, and we don't care about them. So that is because our attitude is creating all that, and that will create problems with even with people from other races, or even from our own race with others, right? So our attitude is what we need to change, right? And that's what we're trying to bring here, right? To question everything that you have learned, you gotta question it. The idea of the practices is that, like, to create consciousness, to increase our awareness of everything that we do in a positive way, right? Because we believe that and even sounds like a religion, we believe there is something within us that it's blocked there a little bit, right? With everything that we put in our minds is kind of not helping us to grow in the right way, or to be in the best state that we can reach. So the practices are orientated in that way. So we are trying to create moments, a bigger percentage of time in your life where you can reach that intuitive higher self, right? Like we all know that we don't feel in our best state through the day, right? Because we have so much stress about work and who knows, right? Like everybody have a
Distractions.
different distraction, right? So we are really absorbed so much from everything that we don't have much time to look inside, right? So the idea is to create that consciousness and to realize how can we be in our best state, and that the practices are trying to bring that to you, to help each other, so we can be in our best. Implicates many things, many changes in your life, right? Like not because we will tell you, but we will kind of orientate in that way. But you will realize when you start increasing your awareness of what is happening in your surroundings and within you, you will notice it, that there are things that are not, they don't make sense. So you will start changing them, right? That's one of the main objectives of the mission, of RAHMA mission, is to increase our awareness, our consciousness, because that's the only way that you will realize that it's something that you should change, right? And again, our focus is not the phenomenon. The phenomenon, the UFO phenomenon, it might come because of the work that you put on yourself. And these beings, the extraterrestrial beings, I need you to understand that they are people that are much more evolved than us in all aspects, right? Not only in a technological way, in a physical way, but in a spiritual way. They are more developed than us, right? So So the interaction of them with us, it's, can you mute them, Alejandro? Etel A55, it's, their microphone is on.
I can.
You can?
No.
Well, so the I need you to understand also that these beings, these extraterrestrial guys that we call them, they are much more evolved than us. They can perceive much more than us in many levels. So the interaction of them with us is very different. We might not understand, right? They try to don't create dependencies, right? So they don't want us to depend or see them as gods or anything like that, right? They come as older brothers and trying to offer a hand to help us in our past without doing the work for us, right? The work it needs to be done by us. They just come and orientate us in that way. And again, also, if you right now are focusing too much on the phenomenon and the experience of the exterior experience, it might be just a way of to get into something different, not to look in within you. That's the main idea of the practices and the group.
But let's do something. If every person, or do you want to do some sort of a very short practice? Very short, just to try something. You want to? You know that we are full of energy. We are made of water. We are made of, we have our own electrical field, you know, protons, neutrons, nucleons, a lot of all that. We can harness all that, and we call it energy. Okay, so in order to just feel a little bit how it feels, I want you to just put yourself comfortable, and then we're just gonna do a gentle breathing exercise, and then I just want you to focus. It's an exercise of focusing and attention and perception, right? So remember, breathing properly, and I will guide you. You know, we are made of, we need oxygen to live. That's our food. That's our main food. It's oxygen through breathing. Our body, if we stop breathing, we just die, right? So that's the first thing that we need to learn. We don't breathe properly. So sometimes our brain is foggy. And as soon as you just start breathing, you just get awake, you know, and or just calm you down, and then you fall asleep, depending what you need. And that's the greatness of it. So let's just put yourself comfortable. And again, it's going to be short and brief. And then I just want you to tell me, what do you feel? Okay. So you don't need to close your eyes or anything. You just put yourself comfortable. If you are standing, just stand straight with your shoulders. Try to just hold your chest up, you know, open your chest. So then you just, your lungs are, you feel an aperture of your lungs. If you are sitting, try to sit in a proper that your column is straight. And I was just want you to focus your attention for a moment on what is happening around you. So the voice that you hear only will support you. It's just a guidance. You're not obligated to do it if you don't want it, but I encourage you to do it. It's 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 something that I want you to feel. So we are starting to feel. Sometimes we don't take time to feel. So I want you to concentrate your attention in your breathing. See how you're breathing. Are you breathing fast? Are you breathing too slow? How are you breathing? Just feel it. I want you to feel it. Okay. Now, I just want you to just take a moment and take a very deep breath, but slowly. And this is how you do it. You're just gonna just inhale slowly through your nose, no mouth. The mouth needs to be closed. I just want you to concentrate in that cold air or warm air, depending where you are, coming through your nose, right? And then you hold it. I want you to hold it, but I don't want you to hold it in your throat. I want you to try and concentrate and put that breathing into your stomach, right? And you feel how your stomach expands to the front. And now I want you to slowly, very gentle, even gentler and slower than what you breathe in. Let it out through your nose, right? We're gonna do it again. And in order to help us concentrate, and focusing, we're gonna count, right? Numbers allow us to focus. So let's just breathe all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we hold that breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We hold it, and now we exhale it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We are gonna do it again, and we're gonna notice it. What is happening, right? So let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5. And we exhale through the nose again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want you to, this time, do it again, but I want you to focus in the numbers, but also that you want to try to heal your heart. Hear your heart while you just do it. So let's do it again, slowly. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And now that you are sort of a little bit calm, and I hope you feel it because I do feel it, I want you just to concentrate in your hand, and I want you to just put your palms of your hands like this, close, but not touching, right? Just do that. Forget about the camera, forget about everything. Don't touch it, but put it close, right? As close as you can without touching, okay? And I want you to just start a little bit, just touch and separate, touch and separate, touch and separate. I want you to feel, keep the breathing slowly and gentle, but I want you to feel what is happening, what your senses are telling you, okay? Feel like they're touching. You're generating your own energy, your energy, generating power. Go and try to touch it, but not touch it. Feel like you're touching. What do you feel? Does it attracts? Does it contracts? Do you feel the magnetism of it? Or you don't feel anything? Concentrate in your breathing. That will help you relax and concentrate and focus your attention on what is happening between those two palms of your hands and the fingers. Just go close, expand. Go close and expand. Go close and expand. And as you feel your hands warming up and trying to connect and extend, you're creating your field of energy. And I want you just to just open your hands and just feel that you have a ball of that energy in your hands, right? And you will feel the weight of it. You feel some tingling and weight in your hands, right? And as you feel that, now I want you just to bring the right first to your heart and put it in your heart, right first, and then the left over, okay? And I just want you to just feel that big hug that you gave to your heart, right? It's warm, it feels like home. This is healing energy that you're gifting yourself with. And as you feel it, you just can relax your hands and be grateful and be thankful that we are alive and we are here all together to feel this, right? So how was that? Anybody wants to share the experience? Justin, you want to share something?
Yeah, so I haven't
How was it?
experienced this before.
You,
But it is peaceful.
it is. So you have experience before, you know, you have done healing work, right?
Yes,
Yeah, so you know what we're talking about. Some
yes.
Chinese call it the I Ching, right? I don't know, how would you call that in Africa?
Well, my grandfather was a mystic, so I learned a lot.
Okay, awesome.
Yes,
So what
yes.
would you call that in your language?
Hmm. Is what I feel is peace. So what I will call peace in my language is Udo.
Voodoo?
Udo, Udo.
Udo?
Yes, it's Igbo language. Udo.
Oh, nice. Thank you for sharing that. And I can feel it in your face. Thank you for the gift of your beautiful smile, all of you. I see your smile, and
Thank
that's
you.
a great gift. Thank you. Miracle, you haven't said anything. Hold on, Miracle. I want to hear you. You have microphone on?
Good afternoon.
How was it for you? Have you felt that before?
I've never felt something like that before,
What
but
do you
it was
think about it?
peaceful. It's peaceful.
Awesome.
It's peaceful. Yeah.
I'm glad. So, what part of Nigeria are you from?
Lagos.
Lagos. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that beautiful smile.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Celestine,
Yes.
did you feel something?
Yeah, I felt something.
Have you felt it before?
No, I've not done that before, but I did it now and I felt a warmth and peaceful feelings in my chest. I think
I'm
this will
glad.
be good. Yeah, this will be good for healing, to be good for refreshing your soul, your spirit. That would be
Yeah.
good for that.
Yeah. Thank you. Isa, Isa, do you want to share something? Asma, you have your hand raised. Okay, you're not sharing, Isa? I cannot hear you, Isa. Your microphone is off. So, Asma, do you want to share something?
Yes, I do want to say something. This is the first time I've done this. At first, I was having a kind of palpitation. My heart was beating fast. But alongside, I started feeling the heart is coming back to its normal rate. And then I felt like some peace. And what should I call this? Should I say it is a self-psychosocial support? Or I just don't know how to say it. Like it's a kind of, you're giving your own self psychosocial support to your own self. That's mentally and
Absolutely.
psychological.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's what I think.
We have all the tools. We have all the tools, but we always are told that we need to wait for somebody else outside, right?
Yeah, yeah,
We were
yeah,
we were taught to give our power away.
yeah,
And part of this practice is to bring your power back to yourself, right?
yeah.
So that's the goal. If that's what we achieve, then we did our work good. And again, we are facilitators. We are not guru. We are not gifted or special people. We just been practicing it longer. That's it.
And it was fantastic. At least this is the first time, but yes, I started thinking that we've been missing so many things. We as humans, there are a lot of things that we might give our own selves without even asking anyone to do it for us, and we've been missing it. So this is one of it.
Yeah, we spend too much time here in the intellect. It's good to have it, but it's
Yeah,
also good to just connect with this part here. It's all connected. The heart is not without the mind, but the
yeah,
more we feed the mind, the more we feed the heart as well. But we cannot forget they work together. Uh,
and should
it,
I say it also? This could also be referred to as maybe some. We have some kind of personal communication, so maybe this can also be related to intrapersonal communication. Because while I was doing it, I was like, something, I'm connecting to my own self. Like, you know, there's a connection you get whenever you're trying to do some few tests your own self psychologically or even mentally. So that is what I felt.
Asma, what is your background? What is your education?
Yeah, I have a postgraduate in management, but I have experience with the Nigerian Red Cross Society, and I know you are aware of the Red Cross. You can see I'm wearing our something.
Yes.
Can you see it? Yeah.
Yes.
So I used to work with Red Cross, but I don't work with them anymore. But I'm a volunteer with the Red Cross. But I have a postgraduate degree in public administration. But my first discipline is mass communication.
Okay. Oh, that's good. We need some of that.
So I have knowledge when it comes to psychosocial support. I do. When it comes to first aid, not practical, but theory, I think I have some knowledge on that, even though I'm not a first aider. I used to be a communication coordinator during those times. So I also have other experiences, you know, when it comes to interacting with people. When I say people, I'm talking about those people that are illiterate, those people that they read are vulnerables. So I have experience in that. So that is it.
Perfect. And we're going to try to put something together with the 24 because some people need it. We usually don't give it, but if that makes you a little bit more comfortable to know the path, we can just put it with no more explanation, just to get your curiosity sparked.
All right. Okay. So it's really interesting. This is the first time to be honest, I have come a lot of so many Zoom meetings from so many organizations. So when I was just going through this, I said, RAHMA, let me try this time around and see maybe I can get connected to some people for the first time. But I've come a lot, I've seen so many organizations that are willing to get connected to people. But this one, I just feel like, let me try. That was why I even set an alarm, 1:55 p.m. So once it's 1:55 p.m., to remind me that I'm having a Zoom meeting with some organization called RAHMA. Let me try to get to know what RAHMA is all about, to see if maybe I can contribute my own quota. So at least I think it's, I am not regretting, and it's really interesting. At least I've learned something.
So Celestine, if we put some together and Miguel and I can work on that, we just send it to you and then you can
Alejandro, your microphone doesn't work. It's all distortioned. Your voice.
So now probably you need to take it here now.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
What about now?
Now it's okay, I think.
Okay.
What do you say? Sorry, can you repeat, Alejandro?
That if we can put the summary of the outline of the 24 practices of the things that we're going to be working on, so then some people might need that direction to spark their curiosity, and then we work through it.
Mm-hmm. Now, Celestine is the one that really organized all this. Thank you, Celestine, for your hard work. And at least you are helping to send the message that we have here. Agustin, I know he also have done a lot of work in Dubai, in that area. And thank you for everybody else that came to support. Celestine, so through we if anybody wants to help with that organization, just to keep track of the people and to connect with them, to organize a group, right? If you're still interested we do the 24 practices, right? It's a interesting structure of the practices, and as it says, it's practices. We try to practice and is not to focus on a lot of information. It's mostly very simple and practical, right? And the idea is that you practice that, right? It doesn't make sense if you come here and you learn and you don't put it in practice in your life. You gotta do it, and that's the main focus of the group. So Celestine, if you or anybody else wants to help Celestine, just to keep track of everybody that wants to participate, you can invite people that you think that might be connected to this kind of group or the objectives. And yeah, we can go from there. Just prepare the number of people that wants to practice. We might need to divide it into, it depends, right, of the location and the time difference. So just yeah, so just Celestine, you have the names of the people that are right now here, and just keep track of them. And a good way, I think, is WhatsApp. We're using WhatsApp to communicate with everybody. And yeah,
And
if you have
everybody
any
here in the
questions,
WhatsApp message, everybody here is in the WhatsApp, just raise your hand. Everybody's in the WhatsApp, same, all you got the invitation from the same place?
Miracle, are you in the WhatsApp group? Yeah, okay. And who else?
No, I'm sorry. I'm on the Facebook group. I'm not on the WhatsApp group.
Oh, on the Facebook. Okay, so it will be.
I'm on the Facebook group. I'm not in the WhatsApp group.
Okay.
Okay.
If it's possible.
Everybody have access to WhatsApp and Facebook?
Excuse
Which is
me.
one place?
Excuse me.
Celestine.
Okay, yeah. I want to say, please, the Facebook group, I don't know which Facebook group, if there's another one, but we should try and identify with one Facebook group and one WhatsApp group to avoid too many groups. Okay, so while we are here, we should identify with one group and one WhatsApp, because we don't want splitting of groups, too many groups. So
especially when you are starting, right?
Yes.
Because
yes.
then if you are from different zones, then when you finish your practices and you want to start your own groups in your different zones, then that you can create that. But for now to start, it's better to, because it's easier for us to coordinate the meetings, and it's also easier for us if you are committed, then we will commit, but we need to have one source of communication only, just for logical structure of communication.
Okay, Asma. And
Yes.
in which group are you? Which Facebook are you?
No, I'm only in the Facebook group, the one with the RAHMA. That is where I saw the Zoom
Okay,
code and ID.
Who
okay, the RAHMA.
opened that Nigeria group?
Celestine is the one that opened that. Celestine is the one that
You
runs
open
that.
it, Celestine, in Facebook?
Yes, I have a group there in Facebook and a page that we open for the.
Is that the same that that Asma is talking about?
I've not seen her. She didn't write me. She didn't write us. So she need to write us. She need to connect on the Facebook and on the WhatsApp.
Okay, I only get the code, the Zoom code and ID. That was what I did.
Okay, you write.
Group,
when
yes.
you write,
No,
you connect on
no,
the
I
WhatsApp.
haven't. No, I didn't write. I saw the code, the Zoom code and the ID. Then I copied from there, decided to save it for today. Then I will decide, then join and be part of the Zoom team. But I didn't write to anyone.
Celestine, there's a recommendation that you share your mobile number to everyone. If you can put it in the chat or contact everybody, and then you will be the contact person. Is that all right for everybody?
You can share it. You can share it here on the chat, Celestine. You can share your number if you are okay with that, right? It's your personal number. But if somebody is.
My phone, I can't access my phone. I can't access where I can type. So, but they can get the number from the banner we used for the advert. The banner, they can get the number from there.
Okay, yeah, I think I saw something like that while I was going through, while I was copying the code. I think I saw some number like that. I'll go through it.
His phone number is on. His cell number is on the poster. Yeah.
I'll go through it.
Okay. If anybody have troubles to connect with Celestine? Anybody needs any information to connect with Celestine, and if you are still interested, we can create a group through Celestine can coordinate that, and if somebody wants to help, you can get in touch with him. But does anybody have any problems to get information how to organize the group? No? Okay. What if anybody have?
Beatriz have a question.
Yeah, apparently it's very difficult to get to get people together. And I am on Facebook, and we've been putting even one advert, and absolutely nobody. And the people who are on our Facebook, they never interact with us. And I put some stuff, but they don't reply, they don't do anything. I think they are on my Facebook because they find the subject of the UFO fun. It's fun to know. But that's all. It doesn't go further than that. And I don't know how to make the people interested in the subject, to go on a deeper level.
Well, those things happen organically. Most of those things happens organically, and then we cannot just we don't know how people react to the information. If what I would recommend, if you're interested in the practices, if it this groups works through affinity, right? If you find affinity through this group of Nigeria, just a time zone exchange, and then instead of having one group in Reykjavik and Iceland or Northern Europe, and then one in Africa, because there's not a lot of English speaking instructors, because remember this started in Latin America, and somehow we were we were put other places, and we ended up in America. There's other people in the US, but they're not doing works. They're not instructors, and they're not doing any groups. They just work and get together, and there's a lot of interest in the US about the UFO phenomenon, but not necessarily on the practices that we do. They're interested in the external, what they can see and the science behind it, not in the importance of the connection with yourself first and then out there.
Yeah.
And that's very important, and that's what I think is the very big difference between what we do and what we learn, and the practices we do, different than the other groups that are just for the phenomenon, and it just go to the field and with lights and cameras, and they need to record it. We don't even record anything. We see them. We don't record them. There's no need. We don't need to prove it, right? From the other people, want to comment about the experience that they have. Asma, you have another question? You have your hand up, or?
No, I don't.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Okay,
lower
sorry,
your hand.
Alejandro. Beatriz, so do you want to join the group that might be created, or do you want us to create another group for your country?
A group for our country, I don't know. It doesn't seem to work.
Okay.
So it would be better maybe to join another group.
Okay. Yeah, you can join this for now. You can join this group, and then we can work on maybe create another group in your area, right? And we can plan that, and we can see how we can kind of send the message so people can get more interested on this, right? Okay, but for now, just keep in touch with us, and I can plan something, okay, with you, and
Thank you. Wait, okay.
Hi. Hi, I wanted to say thank you very much. I have here, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I only want to say that Karin, Moreno, Anita, and Guillermo, they are starting practice with me. Right now, they are in the middle of the class. So we are going to finish in March. So they are here because they have many very special experience in their classes. So when they finish to study, I would like to be in the groups. All depends what the time of them, and that's only want to say this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gabby.
Do you understand me?
Yes, yes. Gabby, just keep in touch with us on I think we might be sharing the same groups in Lima, the chat, so we can keep in touch and coordinate. Okay, we might need more people to help with the group.
Okay.
So, okay. Okay, any more questions? Just to leave Agustin, that is being so nice with us. He's sharing his account, and we don't want to hold him for long. So if you have any questions, anything, we just should be closing the meeting today, and just keep in try to keep in touch with Celestine to coordinate the beginning of the group very soon. Any questions? You, Alejandro, you have anything to say just to close?
No.
Or Agustin, you have anything to share?
Well, for me, it's a pleasure. I will continue to support you guys at any moment. Next Sunday, I'm moving to Spain, so I have a plane to catch, so I won't be able to do anything with you. But my account, it's always it's to support Nigeria, of course, and any other country that can serve. And I just wanted to say that I'm here to help anytime.
Thank you. I was gonna say, thank you all for your time, for listening to us, for sharing your space, your attention and your interest. That means a lot. I also am in gratitude. We do this because we love it and we want other people to be in the place that we have found. When you find your tribe, you stick with it, right? And you want more people to join that tribe and connect with it in deeper levels. So what matters in this community is that it grows and is connected, and thank you for your respect, for your honesty, for making your time, and we're here to support. So
Okay,
count.
before we go, Agustin share Celestine's phone number on the chat. Like if you have your cell phone, try to check that and try to copy Celestine's number if you don't have it. And yeah, so that's it then. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you again, Agustin, for sharing your Zoom account. And
Thank you, Agustin, for coordinating, and Celestine and Miguel and all of you for your time. And I hope to see you again.
All right, thanks. We hope to see you next week, Sunday.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much for everybody. Nice to meet you all.
Yeah,
Nice to
thank
meet
you,
you.
everyone.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you for being here.
Bye-bye.
Beatriz, keep in touch with us, okay?
Yes.
Okay.
I am on WhatsApp.
Okay.
I am on
see you.
WhatsApp. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, and
See you.
Miguel.
Bye. Thank you. Thanks for all.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.